Hey everyone, this is Homemaking with Rebecca. Today we're going to be making some peanut butter fudge. So this recipe is super special to me because my mom made it all our growing up years. So mom would make this for all holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, things like that. She would also make this to sell. So to give us some extra income, she would make bread and cookies and fudge and sell that during the year. But especially at Christmas time, she would make up baskets. And this fudge was one of the main things that would be in the baskets. And she would also just sell pans of fudge. She would have chocolate fudge. She would have peanut butter fudge. But she was known for her peanut butter fudge, and it is amazing. This recipe is so good. I know over the years I've gone to different candy shops and places where they specifically make fudge, only to be disappointed because I've been used to my mom's fudge over the years, and it's just super great. So this is super easy to make, but let me tell you, it is rich. So if you're on a diet or you're thinking about going on a diet, you definitely don't want to have this in your house because it's super addictive and it's just really good. It's best made to take and share with others. So we've got fall festivals coming up. We've got the holidays coming up. This is great to make for parties and things like that where you can share it with other people. You can cut it up in little small squares because just a little bit is enough. And it's just a fun recipe to make. And like I said, it's super special to me and I wanted to share it with you and so that you can share it with all your friends. So we are having a fall festival coming up this weekend. I'm going to be making it for that. And I'm going to show you how I do it. So first of all, you want to have all your ingredients and all your supplies ready because it just moves kind of quick. It's not hard to make, but it moves fairly quickly. So we're going to be we've got 6 ingredients here. We've got peanut butter, and it is a more natural peanut butter, but it does have sugar in it. So it's not like the kind without any sugar and just peanuts. This is from Aldi, and it's got peanuts, sugar, palm oil, salt, and molasses in it. So it is a sweetened one because the texture and stuff is going to matter on what kind of peanut butter you use. So this is what I've been using. And then we've got milk. You want half a cup of milk, half a cup of butter, and then we've got brown sugar, powdered sugar, and vanilla. So we're just going to get started by melting our butter in our saucepan over here. So I've got 1 stick of salted butter in here, and I use salted butter basically in all my baking. We're going to get that melting, and while that's melting, I'm going to go ahead and measure out my peanut butter so that I can have it ready. And you want 3/4 a cup of peanut butter. So you can see our butter is getting all melted in there. And then now we're just going to pour in half a cup of milk, and we're going to put in 2 cups of brown sugar. So you want this brown sugar to be packed in here. We're going to put that in, and then you're going to want to bring that to a boil and boil it for 2 minutes. I'll show you what that looks like. So you want to stir this up really good, and then you're going to wait till it comes to a good boil, and then you're going to put your timer on 2 minutes and just sit here and stir it for that full 2 minutes. Now I've got my eye on about medium heat here. So you can see here it's all boiling, and we're going to go ahead and set that timer for 2 minutes, and then I'm just going to sit here and stir it this entire time. I think there's something so special about recipes that can be handed down from generation to generation. You just have those traditions. I know we have several things that we've carried on from other generations, and then we make new traditions with my family, but this is one of those things that we love. If you're a fan of peanut butter, you will love this. It's super good. And fudge is very particular, and so you can overcook it a little bit and it'll get too dry, or you can undercook it and it won't set up. And so you just kind of have to trial and error it, and you know, it's still good. It may just not set up exactly as you want it to be. But this one usually turns out pretty well. All right, so it's been 2 minutes. You can see how good that looks, how nice and cooked. So we're going to move it over here. So we're going to move it off the stove and we're going to put in our peanut butter. And our vanilla extract. We're going to get that stirred in, get our peanut butter all melted in there, and then we'll put in our powdered sugar. So you just want to beat that powdered sugar in until it gets nice and smooth, and then we'll pour it in our pan. I'm using a 9x9 pan here. If you needed to make a lot of fudge, you could double it and put it in a 9x13 pan. Two cups of powdered sugar. Let's scrape it down a little bit. And then we're going to pour it into this pan. You can see that it's actually already starting to set up a little bit, so you want to get it in there fairly quickly. And we can leave this out to harden, or if you feel like it's not hardening quick enough, you can stick it in the fridge for a little bit. So we're just going to let that harden up, and then we'll cut it into squares. So it's been about 2 hours now, and I've just let my fudge cool out here on the counter. I have these granite countertops, and they tend to be very cool. You could also stick it in the fridge for a little bit, just whatever you want to do. So you can see it's gotten nice and hardened up here, and I'm going to take it out, and we're going to get ready to cut it into pieces. So if we're having fudge around Christmas, which is usually when I make this, I love to put it in a nice little Christmas tin. We love to have tins around, a few with cookies in them and a few with fudge in them. And I like it that they're making them nowadays that have like where you can see through the tops. If it was Christmas, I would be putting it in a tin like this, but since it's not, I'm just going to put it on a little plate and stack it up and wrap it up really good so that we can have it for our event on Sunday. One thing I don't love about parchment paper is it gives you all these jagged edges. So if you wanted to just butter your pan and pour it in there, that works fine too. Fudge tends to come out fairly easily. Like I said, we're just going to cut this in really small pieces because it's just really, really rich. This looks like it's going to have set up really well. If you overcook it or overbeat it, sometimes it'll be real crackly and it'll be really dry, but this looks like it's going to be good. So you can see this, the texture on this is really great. It's not dry or anything, and it's going to be super smooth and soft. That's what we want. I'm just going to get all these stacked up on this platter. I'll wrap it up real tight for us to take to our event. Here's our fudge all ready to go. I'm going to try a little piece of it here. That is some good stuff right there. Definitely makes me think of Christmas. Hope you enjoyed this video. You can leave me a comment down below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much for watching.